What's going on, everyone? Today we're gonna talk about how to calculate your top line gross revenue. How do you calculate it? If you're thinking about doing projections and you're trying to figure out, well, like what is an idea? Like what's just a general idea of what a business like Adult Day could actually generate in revenue? Like, how do I calculate that? Well, today we're gonna talk about just the 3 different things to think through as you're thinking about this top line or this gross revenue, or what's the potential of the Adult Day Center that you plan to open. But first, before I get into it, and before we talk about the money, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, show some love, and maybe a little money might rain down from heaven and just fall on that desk right there where you're sitting right now. Maybe, but you're gonna have to like, comment, subscribe to find out, So, anyways, guys, my name is Chris Chan. I'm the founder and CEO of Active Age Daytime Senior Care, the #1 leading adult day franchise in America. So we are talking about billing, we're talking about hours of operation, we're talking about attendance versus census. And you need to understand these 3 things so you can figure out how much gross revenue potential does my center potentially have? And then you can back into it with the expenses and all the overhead and operational stuff that you need to think about. #1, when it comes to billing, do you want to bill hourly or do you want to bill daily? Okay. Now, if you want to bill hourly, what's that per hour rate? Is there a minimum? Okay, but what you're gonna find is if you do bill hourly, it doesn't mean that everyone is gonna come for 8 hours a day. It means that some people might come for 4, or might come for 5, or might come for 6. So what's your average hourly person gonna spend? Like on average, how many hours per day? What should that be? Is it 5 hours? Is it 6 hours? Is it 7 hours? Is it 8 hours? Do you put a minimum on it? These are all things that you gotta think about, okay? So in this case, maybe you say, all right, some people might come for 4 as a half day, some people might come for 8 as a full day. The kind of in between of all of that is 6 hours. Maybe you just kind of calculate top line revenue of X per hour times 6 hours per day. And that's what each person's gonna produce per day, as far as revenue is concerned. When it comes to daily, do you do a half day or a full day, okay? If so, like, is it $100 for the day, but a half day is 50, or is the half day 75? And what is a half day? Is a full day anything over 4 hours or anything over 6 hours? Like, what constitutes a half day or a full day? Are you gonna offer a weekly package or a monthly package that, maybe you charge per week or you charge per month, and it includes a certain amount of days or half days or hours in that thing? So what is that gonna be? You just write this stuff out. Okay, so for hourly, be like, okay, 6 hours on average, $15 an hour, $18 an hour, $20 an hour, whatever you're gonna charge. Each person's gonna come 6 hours a day. Now you know that 6 hours times $15 is what one person might spend in a day. So you could now take that number and you could use your census or your attendance, which we'll get into later, as how to come up with it. Then be able to start figuring out, okay, well, if X per day, 10 people per day come and they spend 6 hours on average, and they're spending $15 an hour, that produces whatever that is. Whatever the answer to that is, okay? Do the math, you gotta calculate, you can figure this out. I'm trying to give you the breakdown of it. #2, hours of operation. Are you open Monday through Friday? Are you open for 8 hours? Are you open for 9 hours? Is it 8 to 5? Is it 9 to 5? What are your hours of operation? Are you open on holidays? I mean, granted, there might be 10 different holidays throughout the year. Are you closed on all those different holidays? I think there's 5 national ones, or there might be more than that now, I don't even know. But anyways, there's a lot of holidays. Are you gonna be open or closed on those holidays? Because if you're closed, then you're not gonna have a chance to make revenue. Now, when it comes to your schedule, are you Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, Monday through Sunday? Or Monday through Sunday, I guess that'd be every day. But anyways, if you're Monday through Friday, that's 260 days per year that you potentially can earn revenue, right? If you're Monday through Saturday, that's 312 days per year that's 52 more days per year that you could generate revenue. Let's say like you're a smaller center, and let's just say you're making $1,500 in a day. I don't know, $1,500 per day times 52 days of the year, that's $78,000. So it could be $78,000, it could be $150,000, it could be $260,000 that you do not earn because you're closed on Saturdays and Sundays. So do you want to be open then? Do you want to be open on Sunday? If you're open on Sunday, you're going to pick up another that's 365 days a year. That's 100 extra days per year that you potentially can earn revenue on if you were decided to be open 7 days a week. But it might not make sense because on Sunday, you may have a low attendance and it might actually cost you more money when it comes to staffing than you would earn, and obviously that would be bad business. So it's just something to take into consideration when you're thinking about this. Or if you open, maybe you open Monday through Friday, and then you add Saturdays, and then you ask all your folks, should we add Sunday? Would you still come if we added Sundays? These are things to just take into consideration as you're thinking about it. Then maybe just back out the holidays if you want to be closed on holidays, or just be open holidays. You gotta decide these things. So remember, as we're going through this list, you're just writing down, yeah, I wanna bill hourly. Okay, here's how I would do that. Okay, yeah, I wanna be open on holidays. Okay, then I don't have to worry about how many days I'm gonna be closed. Okay, yeah, I wanna be Monday through Friday. Then this is how many days I have the ability to bill. You're just writing these things down and you're creating like your guide for how you're going to create the top line revenue, okay? Number 3, attendance versus census. This is where some people get mixed up because they're like, oh, we're gonna have 50 members. Well, you might have 50 members signed up, but you might only have 20 that show up every day, okay? So it's very important that you have a total census number that you pay attention to, and you have a average daily attendance number that you pay attention to. These are 2 different numbers, and a lot of times people will get so excited because they'll be approaching their opening and they're like, yeah, we got 25 people signed up. Are they coming every day? If they're not coming every day, you might have 25 people sign up, but that might mean that only 10 people show up every day. Or it might mean that only 8 people show up every day because some people might come 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 1 day a week. So take this into consideration that when you're calculating your census versus your average daily attendance, you might be licensing your place for 50 people. That doesn't mean like 50 people on your census. That means 50 people can be in the building during one day. So that's gonna mean that you're gonna need a census of at least 100 people, maybe 120 people, because the way you figure out your daily attendance is gonna be, you're gonna take your total census, and 35 to 50% of your total census is typically gonna be who comes on an average day. So if you had 100 people total on your census, maybe you expect somewhere between 40 to 50 people that are attending every single day, okay? So you gotta understand that your total census versus your average daily attendance are 2 very different numbers, and which number are you going to bill on? It's gonna be not your total census, it's gonna be your average daily attendance. Those are the people paying. So you might have 100 people on your roster, but only 50 people are paying every day. So keep that in mind, okay, when you're figuring out your census, because this is something that can be misleading, because people are like, oh, I got 20 people signed up on, we haven't opened yet. Well, that doesn't mean they're all paying every single day. Keep that in mind. So break this stuff down. Maybe you calculate the size of your facility, it's 50 people. Maybe you're gonna be open Monday through Friday, it's 260 days. Maybe you're gonna charge $18 an hour at 6 hours a day. So boom, now you got that math figured out, or you're gonna be charging a daily rate of $100 a day with 50 people coming in. Okay, so $100 a day, so 50 people coming in times 260, boom, voila, you're gonna have your annual revenue, right? It's that easy. So you're gonna take this number and you're gonna times it by your average daily attendance, and you're times that by then the number of days that you're open. So 260 days, 312 days, 365 days, and then that is gonna produce your total revenue. Does that make sense? Hope it does. If you have questions, make sure you comment below. If you need clarification, or if you'd like to break down the math on a different video, we can certainly do that. This was more so to create a guide, a framework for you to figure out how to kind of project what to expect when it comes to top line gross revenue. Anyways, which is basically the total annual revenue that you're gonna produce. Not your net income, but your total revenue, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. If you wanna learn about how to open up your own adult daycare, go to adcpro.com. Make sure you join all of our monthly webinars. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel, like, comment, subscribe, show some love. If you're interested in learning about the franchise, make sure you go to activeagecare.com/franchise. I know a guy, I'll hook you up. See ya, peace. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to learn how to open your own adult daycare center, go to adcpro.com. If you'd like the latest business tips, click here, and make sure you subscribe to our channel, click here. We'll see you guys next time.